What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to get the TTK inside of Blox Fruits. So let's just get right into it. So starting off, you're going to want to come down into the second C and you're going to head on over to the cafe. Now you're going to want to speak to the manager right here and you'll get 1 out of 7 different things that he says to you. The first one being, are you new to this island? And if he does say this, then you have not yet completed the Coliseum quest. If you do though have been in the third C, you have by default completed the Coliseum quest because that is just a basic requirement to get to the third C. But so when talking to him, if he says it's still too early for you to be here, that just means that you have not been in the server long enough, and this just prevents server hopping, and you have to be in the server for at least 15 minutes before he'll tell you the next. So now he'll say some pirates said they ran into him on an island last week. This means you have up to 4 hours before the legendary sword dealer actually spawns in your server. I would very much recommend server hopping if this is what he says. Now the third thing he could say is a man claimed him to see a ship earlier. This means you have at most an hour 15 minutes before he spawns in. I would very much recommend not leaving the server and just AFKing. Set up to a 20-minute timer if you want to leave your computer, because after 20 minutes you will be disconnected for being inactive. So you want to make sure you interact with the actual game in between that set time. Next, he will say, I think he should be getting here soon. This is whenever you have at most 15 minutes before he spawns in. I very much recommend not leaving the server and staying on your computer and refreshing the manager and what he says very frequently, because he could change at any moment. And the final thing that he will say, hey, I just saw him. You'll have 15 minutes at most for finding the sword dealer and actually getting the sword from him. And if he also does say, man, he left too long ago, that means he just despawned and is getting back on the cycle before he starts to respawn back in. So if you are wanting a tip for server hopping whenever you're trying to actually get it, I would recommend leaving and joining a server that is same to yours. So this server is Oregon. I would join a server that is also Oregon if I had one of the server notifications that was closer to him being spawned in. And also getting someone to tell you what the manager says when you just join the server is also what I would recommend, because this just saves you the 15 minutes of server hopping. So when you actually are buying the sword from the legendary sword dealer, you can buy one of 3 swords: the Wando, Shisui, and Sadi. Now whenever he spawns in, he has an equal 33% chance of giving each sword. Each costs 2 million belly. There's no actual requirement outside of that, but note, if he does happen to sell the sword that you already have, you cannot buy it and you'll just have to go to a next server, and only one person can buy the sword from him. Meaning if you need the Shisui and someone else needs the Shisui and he buys the Shisui before you do, the sword dealer will despawn and you'll no longer be able to get the Shisui, meaning that you do want to be the very first one to get the sword. For speed wise, I would recommend when you're trying to get it after he spawns in, go to the Coliseum, and then down over there is one of his spawn locations is under the map, which you'll head under, check through the zones, and then another spawn location is over there. So I will recommend going to Coliseum, then go out of the Coliseum and go under the map, come out, and then go check under that pillar, and then just go to the rest of them in whichever order you want. So once you actually have obtained all 3 of these swords, you do need to get all of them to 300 mastery, which will unlock all of their move sets either way before you can go and craft the TTK. So once you are wanting to craft the TTK for the true triple katana, you're going to need to head on over to the green zone. So now over here, this is where you'll actually craft and forge the TTK, is up on the top of the highest stock on this island. Remember, if you're using portal, teleport on over to the 3rd dock. But so up on the top, you'll talk to these legendary swordsman, where you'll actually craft the TTK or the true triple katana or mystery man, and you'll talk to him, and then he'll actually allow you to craft the TTK and the true triple katana. Once you have though gotten the true triple katana or TTK from him, I would recommend watching my video that I'll leave in the description on how to level up mastery the fastest. This will just help you time wise get all the other swords to their mastery. But so after crafting the TTK, that's really it. You'll get a few achievements and whatnot, but after that, you just now got the true triple katana. But if this video helped you out, make sure to leave a like and comment any questions if you have any. But that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.